Scorpion wins.
Hey, what's up guys? My name is Edmond here and welcome to Eddy's Reviews, where we do reviews of action, adventure, sci-fi and animation movies. So if this kind of content interests you, please consider subscribing, stick around, let's get right into the video. So today we are going to be talking about Mortal Kombat. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into our expectations. So I'm pretty sure most of us already have heard about Mortal Kombat. And what do we know about Mortal Kombat? Mortal Kombat has always been a video game which has been played on several ancient consoles like what we call Game Boy. So it has grown over time and increased in graphics and has been played now on more sophisticated consoles and even our computers. So now this video game has been transcribed and put now into a movie. So we have had the Mortal Kombat movie, which has just been released a few days ago. So we are going to be talking about this movie in this review. So what are our expectations? We are expecting to see fights because the video game itself already is all about fighting. So where you fight with people, you see warriors fighting or you see some ninjas fighting, and as they fight they use some of their special abilities such as fire, maybe water, or maybe controlling ice and so on. So that is the expectation we have, and let's get straight into the general summary to see if this our expectation has been met by this movie. So the baseline of this movie is there is a final tournament which is supposed to be fought by the Evil Realm and the Earth Realm. So the Evil Realm has already won the Earth Realm 9 different times, and this is the final tournament which if the Evil Realm wins against the Earth Realm, they are going to completely take over Earth. And this final tournament is what we call Mortal Kombat. So this is what they are supposed to fight, and now since the Earth Realm do not want the Evil Realm to win them, they are supposed to go into some kind of training so as to get some inner powers which they call their arcana. So they want each of these warriors who have been chosen. And how have they been chosen? Each of these warriors who have been chosen have a mark on them which is a dragon mark. So any warrior who has this dragon mark is one who has been chosen to fight this final tournament which is the Mortal Kombat. So each of them have to go through some specific tests to be able to get their arcana. So all of them were put through several tests to get their arcana, and this was done in a place called the Raiden Temple. So because the evil warriors did not want these earth warriors to win, the emperor of the evil realm called Shang Tsung sent Sub-Zero to completely eliminate all of these earth warriors so they will not be able to battle with them. So the first person who Sub-Zero went for was Scorpion. So how did he do this? He went to Scorpion's home. He completely intimidated Scorpion's family, that is his wife and his elder son, by displaying his freezing ability. And what did he do? He froze them to death. So he froze them, and while he was doing that, the wife shouted and Scorpion heard and he came. So both of them fought. So Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they both fought, and Sub-Zero won this fight. But that was not the end of it. So Sub-Zero won this fight, and later on Sub-Zero went for the next person. So the next person who he got was Jax. So he fought with Jax, and this is when we saw some really good powers of Sub-Zero. So he fought with Jax and he froze Jax's arms. So who was Jax? Jax was someone in the military. So he had very big arms, and that was his main power. So his main power was his physical strength. So Sub-Zero froze his arms and break them off. Since when they are frozen, it's like glass, so you can easily break it off. So Sub-Zero froze his arms and broke them off. So that was his own fault, so there was no way for him to get back his powers. But there was something which was done to him later on. So from there, all of these other warriors who had this dragon mark on them, they went out now to look for this temple where they can get this training to look for their arcana, since the other people had not found the arcana. So they later on found this Raiden Temple where they found the other chosen people who taught them how to use their powers or how to get their powers. So based on the different circumstances which they all went through, they finally got their powers at the end of it. After they all got their powers, they decided to form their own tournament, which they will settle scores with the people who wronged them. So these Earth warriors now, they made their own tournament. They went out and fought against these people and they defeated them. So all these people from the evil realm, which they had scores to settle with, they went there and defeated these people. And that was literally the general summary about this. So let's talk about the good about this movie. The first good is our expectation at the beginning was to see fights, right? So we're expecting to see fights done by these ninjas using very amazing powers, and we got to see that a lot in this movie. And the highest person who we really saw was Sub-Zero. Okay, Sub-Zero pulled out some very, very amazing tricks in this movie, which were so nice. Like when he was fighting with Jax. So you see, Jax was having a gun and he tried to shoot at Sub-Zero, and you see Sub-Zero blocked the gun with his hand, then he froze the bullet as it was coming out. I mean, like, just seeing that was a very amazing concept, and it was well established. Like, that was just so amazing. So seeing the part of Sub-Zero in this movie where he had to pull out this kind of amazing tricks, it was just so pleasing to watch, and it was one very nice part about this movie. Another thing is, if you have played this video game, you know about Scorpion, and one avatar about Scorpion is he always has this his spear which he shoots out, and after he shoots out he's like, come over here or get over here. And that is one thing which I really expected in this movie, and I was not let down. The moment I came across this part, I was just so fulfilled, because that is one thing which I was expecting, or I used to see more in the video game, and bringing it into this movie was just so amazing. And the sound which you also get while playing the video game was also brought at this particular point in the movie, and that was also one good which I realized about this movie and I loved so much. And the last thing which I will note as a good, and which is one of the highest reasons which, if I'm to recommend this movie to you, it's because of this character, was Kano. Kano was actually one of the most amazing characters in this movie. Like, okay, he had almost everything in him. He was very annoying, he was very funny, he was just like a toothless bulldog. I mean, there were so many things which were brought together in this character which made him to be so amazing and made the movie so interesting. So you see, like, even when you find yourself, or even when he found himself in a very serious situation where you are not supposed to crack a joke, he cracks a joke and he gets absolutely toasted. So there was this moment where they were in front of the leader of the Earth realm called Raiden, and he tried to crack a joke, and the leader of the Earth realm actually hit him with a blast. And there was also another time when they were trying to train him to get his arcana, and they were using one trick on him. So this is one part of the game which was also brought into the movie, where you use your leg to like clear someone on the floor. So they used this particular trick 3 times on him, and he kept on saying like, okay, is this the only trick which you have? So he was trying to crack a joke even when he was actually being beaten. So his character in this movie, I have to say, was very amazing, very interesting, and he went through a lot of negativity. Like, he was really beaten up so bad and treated so bad, and at the end of the movie he actually betrayed the Earth realm. I will not say I was against that. Why? Because he really went through a lot. Like, if you watch this movie, you will find out that he went through a lot of bad things. Like, he was kidnapped, he was shot at with a knife, this lizard kind of animal really scratched his eye, and with all of these kind of things which he went through, I could really side with him. Why, at the end of the day, he could betray the Earth people and went now into the evil realm. Okay, so now let me talk about the bad. So there is one bad thing which I noticed about this movie, and it was really crazy. Like, okay, at the beginning of this movie, they made us to know that the entire movie is going to be all about training for a final tournament which they are supposed to fight, or the Earth people, the Earth warriors are supposed to fight against the evil warriors. And by the end of this movie, we did not get to see the final tournament. So what actually happened was the warriors of the Earth realm, they made their own tournament to fight against the evil people so as to settle scores which they had with them. So at the end of the day, it was the tournament which was made by the people of the Earth realm and not the final tournament. So after these Earth people completely defeated those of the evil realm, those people actually went to the underworld, and the movie was letting us to know that as they have gone to the underworld, they will be coming back later as an army. So this actually makes me to come with the conclusion that this movie kind of was a trailer for probably the next movie which is supposed to be released, or probably for the final tournament which is supposed to come, because we're expecting a final tournament which was supposed to crown this movie at the end of the day, but the final tournament did not actually happen. What happened was they created their own tournament, they fought against the people who they wanted to fight against, and they defeated these people, and now they're telling us there will be an army which will be coming later on to fight against these people. So it really brings a lot of questions. So why did they tell us at the beginning about this final tournament which is going to be probably in the next Mortal Kombat which is coming out? So it kind of brings me to the conclusion that this is actually going to be, or this is actually the trailer for the final tournament which is upcoming. So this is all I had for you today, and if you love what you have seen and you long to see more, click up here in the cards to see my previous video which I made, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and tell me below what you think about this review, or if you have watched the movie, what you think about the movie in the comment section down below. And with that said, catch you guys in the next one.